10 years had passed since Hamza's fateful encounter with the ruthless William, and now he lives in the home of the compassionate woman who became his grandmother, nurturing him into the man he is today. The trauma of that day still lingered, but Hamza had learned to conceal it beneath a stoic exterior. At 7 a.m., he stirred awake in his bed, the morning light dancing across his muscular back. His hair, once dark, had turned a striking white. As he stood before the mirror, a voice called out from behind, "Hurry up, brother! You're going to be late." Hamza turned to face the speaker, his eyes narrowing slightly. "I'll be right there," he replied. He quickly finished getting ready and headed downstairs. The radio was on, broadcasting a news report about a string of mysterious kidnappings in the city. The victims seemed to vanish into thin air, leaving the police baffled. He bid farewell to his grandmother, who was busy in the kitchen, before stepping outside where his sister awaited. "Sorry for the wait," he said to her. Their grandmother stopped them, her voice laced with concern. "Hamza, there have been many kidnappings in the area. Please bring Mira home after your classes. I worry about her safety." Hamza reassured her, "Don't worry, Grandma. I'll bring her home every day." After dropping his sister off at school, Hamza continued on his way to his classes. Birds scatter from the sky, cats hiss in warning, and dogs whimper as they dash away in fear. His mind wandered to how animals always seem to scatter at the mere sight of him, except for one peculiar creature: a white crow. When he raised his hand, the crow flew over and perched on it. The school building loomed ahead as Hamza steadily walked toward its entrance, his humble pace contrasting sharply with the luxury cars gliding by. He recalled how he once studied alongside Mira, but thanks to his excellent scholarship, he moved on to a prestigious school where wealth and status prevailed, while she remained the richest of them all. Later that evening, after his classes, Hamza walked back to his sister's school. At the entrance, his steps halted abruptly, shock etched on his face. He was stunned to see his sister being harassed by a much larger bully and his cronies. The bully sneered, "So what do we do with her?" While another girl chimed in, "Just beat her up a bit. She's so annoying, always talking about her brother." A familiar dark power stirred as yet another chain snapped around his heart. He roared, a roar so fierce it shattered the classroom windows. His eyes turned dark, and in a flash of speed, he charged toward the bullies. Amid the chaos, one of the bully boys shouted, "What happened? Watch out behind you!" A girl cried out a warning, but when he turned, his face paled in horror. It was as if death itself had descended upon him. Without warning, Hamza was upon him, grabbing the bully by the neck and choking him with a primal ferocity that left no doubt. He was a force to be reckoned with. His gaze was intense, wild, and terrifying. So much so that even his sister shivered in fear. Sensing her distress, Hamza forced himself to regain control. As he caught his breath, he noticed an ominous reflection in the shattered glass, a monstrous figure watching silently. Suddenly, a steel bat crashed into his head, and everything descended into chaos.